The creator of Claude Code just shared his exact workflow, and the developers, they're losing their minds. His thread got tens of thousands of likes in days. And what's everyone so excited about? It turns out his setup is surprisingly simple. Boris Cherny leads the Claude Code team at Anthropic. Earlier this week, he posted a thread on X explaining exactly how he uses his own tool day to day. The response was massive. Tens of thousands of likes, millions of views, and developers resharing it everywhere. But here's what makes it interesting. The tips aren't complex hacks or secret techniques. They're surprisingly simple, principles that anyone can apply. Let me break down the 5 core ideas from his workflow. The first principle is parallelization. Most developers run on one cloud session at a time. Boris runs 15. 5 in his terminal, numbered 1 through 5, plus another 5 to 10 on the web at claude.ai. Each reads Claude like a team of junior developers. Gives one agent a task, move on to the next. When one needs input, a notification pops up. Even he starts sessions from his phone when he's away from his desk. The key insight? Claude Code's power comes from running many simple sessions, not one complex one. The second principle? Never let Claude write code immediately. Boris uses something called plan mode for every non-trivial task. You press Shift-Tab twice, and Claude switches into planning mode. It proposes an implementation approach, and you refine it together. And once you're both happy with the plan, you switch to auto-accept mode. And here's the thing Boris says. Claude often executes it perfectly on the first try. This is counterintuitive. We're used to just asking AI to do things, but taking time to plan actually makes it faster. One thing that surprised me from Boris's thread, he exclusively uses Opus 4.5 with thinking enabled. That's the heaviest, slowest model. His reasoning? Even though it's bigger, you have to steer it less. Essentially, it's better at tool use. And paradoxically, it ends up being faster in practice because you spend less time correcting mistakes. The third principle is what Boris calls compounding engineering. He maintains a file called ClaudeMD in every project. Think of it as accumulated learning. Every time Claude makes a mistake, Boris adds a note. Don't do this again. Like this, over time, the file becomes institutional knowledge. It includes code style, common commands, testing instructions. The key is keeping it short. Just a couple of thousand tokens and updating it during pull requests. The team checks this file into Git, so Claude learns from everyone's experiences and not just the one developer. And Boris says it's probably his most important tip. Give Claude a way to verify its work. To quote him, if Claude has that feedback loop, it will 2 to 3x the quality of the final result. For simple tasks, use bash commands. For medium complexity, run test suites. For complex UI work, use browser testing or even phone simulators. The feedback loop is what makes the difference. Without verification, Claude just guesses. But with verification, Claude iterates until it's right. The fifth principle is automating your inner loop. Boris uses slash commands for workflows he runs constantly. His most used command is commit push PR. He runs it dozens of times daily. One command, stage changes, commit, push, and create a pull request with a description. He also uses subagents for common workflows. Code simplifier to clean up code, verify app for testing, and these compound over time. Now here's where it gets interesting. The reaction to Boris's thread wasn't just excitement. It was a mix of amazement and existential crisis. Jeff Tang replied, "I feel like I'm behind as a programmer." Kyle McNeese called it the ChatGPT moment for software development. Moxie Mollenspike, the creator of Signal, responded, "These might be the last days of software development." But there's also skepticism. Some developers pushed back. They argue Claude Code works great for greenfield projects, but struggles with larger legacy code bases. Others point out that the verification is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. If you need extensive tests to validate AI output, are you really saving time? The honest answer? Both sides have a point. Claude Code isn't magic, it's a force multiplier. It's just a tool. And like any tool, it just works better for some tasks than others. So what's the takeaway from all this? Boris's workflow shows that Claude Code works best when you treat it as a collaborator and not like a magic wand. Plan before coding. Give it ways to verify its work, run multiple sessions in parallel, and keep improving your ClaudeMD file over time. The principles, they compound. The more you apply them, the better your results get. And whether you think this is a feature of programming or just a useful tool, one thing is clear. The developers who learn to work effectively with AI assistants will have a significant advantage. So those are the 5 principles from the creator of Claude Code himself. Which one are you going to try first? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to go deeper on AI-assisted development, I have more videos coming. Subscribe so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.